Welcome to Recover in Place. Today we have a stretching routine for you. All we're going to need is some floor space. If you'd like a mat, grab a mat, and then you can take your shoes off. So we're going to start here on the ground in a half kneeling position. So I'm going to come into my half kneel. I'm going to be nice and tall in this position. I'm going to think about tucking my tailbone underneath. I'm going to squeeze my right glute, so whatever knee is down, that's the glute I'm squeezing. So in this case, it's my right leg. So I'm tucking that underneath, and I'm getting a nice subtle stretch here through that front part of my hip. If I want a little bit more of keeping the tuck and everything, I'm going to shift forward, and I'm going to intensify that subtle stretch. So I'm just going to get 5 breaths in this position to start us out. I got my 5 breaths. I'm going to switch sides. Again, tucking the tailbone underneath, the pelvis underneath. Again, my left leg is down, so I'm going to squeeze the left glutes. I'm going to be nice and tall. If you want extra, keeping that tuck, I'm going to shift things forward. And I should feel a little bit more of that stretch in that front part of that hip. Should be kind of subtle, but this will definitely intensify a little bit. 5 breaths here. Got your 5 breaths. We're going to come into a child's pose here. So arms are going to be out in front, dropping through into it. Just breathe in here. We're going to get 5 breaths here. 5 breaths here. Once you got your 5 breaths, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk my hands to my right hand side. I'm going to get a bit of a stretch here on my left hand side, here through the lat, a little bit probably into that low back too as well. 5 breaths in this position. Got your 5 breaths. Walk the hands to the left now. Find a stretch to the right hand side of this 5 breaths. Got your 5 here, coming back to the center here. Coming to all fours position. For the all fours position, we're just going to get a little cat and cow here. We're going to get 3 of each. Just smoothly move it through. So again, coming into the cat here, tuck the tailbone underneath. Pressing up, dropping the head down. Just got that. Untucking, dropping down. Coming into the cow position. Tucking underneath again, pressing up. Untucking is nice and smooth. Dropping down. One more here, tucking underneath. Untucking. So once you have that, what we're going to do is we're going to go a little bit wider with my knees here, kind of maybe as wide as you would probably like squat from if my feet were on the ground. Then we're going to do some basically frog position. All right, I can go even wider if I like. I'll show you here from the side here. So I can go pretty wide, right, if I want a little bit more of a groin stretch. I'm going to keep my back nice and flat here, and I'm going to sit into it. All right, so I'm just sitting back. I shouldn't feel any, massive pinching or anything like that. It should feel pretty nice through that groin and inside the leg here as I'm sitting back. If you want to make this a little bit more like a squat, you're going straight from the sides. I found that position. Right, I'm going to come down onto the elbows, keeping the back neutral, a little bit of tension in the abs. And I'm sitting back into that, kind of like I'm mobilizing a squat pattern here. If you kind of put me on my feet, right? So I'm just kind of sitting back in. We get a total of 10 of these, total of 10. Make sure your back is neutral, not rounding at all, especially the low back. Only go as far as you're able to keep a good position in the spine. All right. So I'm going to come out of that. I'm going to keep working with the groin here. So I come into my all fours position. I'm going to kick my left leg out. And then from here, keeping the neutral spine, I'm going to think about sitting back into my right heel. So my left leg is out. I'm going to sit basically back into that right heel. So again, from the side position, kicking out to the side here, and then sitting on back. Right, neutral spine. Right, if I start to round, that's as far as I go. Then I'm going to come back. All right, so I want to keep the nice neutral spine position as I'm sitting into this. All right, let's go 10 total. 10 total reps. So no knee pain or back pain or anything like that. Only go as far as you're able without any pain. Good. Once you got your 10, switching sides. All fours position to start with. Kicking the right leg out, switches to the left leg. Neutral spine. Sitting back into it. 10 reps. You got your 10 here. I'm going to come to a push-up position here. I'm going to get my right foot to come outside that right hand, dropping that back heel down. We're going to have the elbow come to that instep here. We're going to work 5 breaths here. You got your 5 breaths here. Then stay on that same side. And we're going to think about pushing the hip back. And I'm going to capture a little bit of a stretch, kind of self stretch here in the hamstring here. Working 5 breaths here. Got your 5 breaths, switching sides, push-up position here, left foot goes outside the left hand here, and I'm dropping that elbow in, 5 breaths here, 5 breaths. Got your 5 breaths, pressing back, hamstring stretch, 5 breaths. All right, once you got your 5, slowly coming out of that. That is all I've got for you today. Thanks for coming by and checking us out. This has been Recover in Place.